failures for free.
Oh. 24 to be young.
To be young. Si tulikuwa the same age.
I turned
Si pia uko
25.
24.
25.
Una turn 25, si ndio?
Turned in August.
Turned. I mean, si ni 1 year. Si long.
To be
Hata mimi na
young.
turn 25 this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
When?
But we're still young. November.
Ah.
November on 25th. Turning 25 on 25th. Hey. Better be good.
It's okay over here.
Yeah. Juma. Good morning to you too, teacher.
Umesimama. Have you stood up?
I have not. Should I?
Of course. I think to go from one watu walisimama kasi kwa sahihi.
The one? Ndio. Mimi nilisimama. Nilisimama si wote.
Ndio watu.
Nilisimama sote.
Mimi nilikuwa nishajua. Sisi tulikuwa tumeacha kusimama na zita hata. Lakini alikuwa group of schools waliacha wakiwa class 3.
Bold of you
Ati nini?
to assume. Nasema bold of you to assume. Ati nilikuwa group of schools.
Maze, wewe lazima tulikuwa group of schools.
Yeah.
Ulikuwa mnasimama? Kumbe tuko watatu, hata tunaweza endelea tukukula story.
Well, lakini una record. Una trimming this part off for YouTube ama?
Why? Kwanza in content. Ukiitwa content creators wakiitwa nasimama.
Iko relatable.
Ukianza kutrim hii kitu nita trim kila kitu. But ningeacha kustop record vile sasa nilipata story interesting hata siku notice.
I see.
You see what?
I see God.
Kama kuna wasee wananichezea hapa, kuna trade yangu ime hit stop loss ya $0.02. Alafu ina move venye ilikuwa inataka very many pips. Sijui shida yao ni nini. Kuna watu
ina move direction yenye ulikuwa umenini. By the euro USD. Umeangalia?
Mimi sijaangalia anything. Mimi nilishachoka.
Kwa na nini poa?
Na nini poa?
Like sunana vile hiyo nini ya
kusell.
Vile kusell. Pale hiyo sell imeanza below major support ya day. Angalia from a daily time frame.
Sasa tunaona shida, mimi sikufaa kuja hapa, unge take over tu. Daily.
Zoom in ama ni zoom out.
So niambie ndio nijue.
Si zoom like fanya zikuwe ndogo. Zikuwe ndogo. Yeah. Further back. Unadu. Zikuwe ndogo kabisa. Si unaona pale nini imeanza? Selling. Imeanza below. But saijaenda sana.
So we are safe.
Naka itakuwa nini poa.
So we are safe. That's what you're trying to say. I guess so. In 1 hour, it's a lot of. Yeah, in 1 hour it's a big sell. However, hii ni ile wiki. Mimi nasema most of the times market uko funny. Unaonanga market ikiona a good movement like 1 week or 2 weeks inaanza consolidate after another. Unaweza pata ka consolidation hapa ama i bounce back, i challenge area, i form kama ka double top before tuendelee kusell. So hapa ninaweza ingia na ile account niko sure ama lot size niko sure hata ikifika hapa sitatolewa. Cause inaweza kuja hapa alafu ina spike alafu inarudi inaenda sasa kwenye ilikuwa inaenda. Tushamaliza hadi analysis huko.
That has happened to many of
your trades.
Of my trades. Napata zinaenda that direction lakini nimetolewa tu na
a spike
a few weeks.
Imagine zio happen sana. Ndio hizi vitu ukikaa kwa market hadi unachanga ku overthink. Kwa hiyo ukiwa mgeni unaona ni kama kuna msee ana hate on you. Anaona trades zako. It's not fair. But ni sawa tu.
Yeah.
So wengine wako wapi?
Kwanza tu hii wiki sema baadhi si nile wiki kuna kwanga na ile nini? Nitanga nini?
NFT,
yeah.
So GJ jana tuliangalia tukasema itakuja juu kidogo before ianze kusell. I think today is the day if I'm not wrong, but we'll be very careful pia. Tutaangalia leo nimechange network provider, imekataa kuload vitu zenye huwa ninachora. So we are using plain charts. Personally I think mali tuko size it's a selling point, so we can only, my stop loss will be above this candlestick this week. So I think I'll sell this currency pair as at now. But the challenge is I'll be targeting here. Sitakuwa na target kupita hiyo support area. This is how it looks in 1 hour's chart. So it's a big move. It's a big move in 1 hour. For personally, I think it's time to sell because tulikuwa tunangoja tuone hii retracement na ime happen. However, if the retracement decides to go upper, then we will be out of this market, and I don't think we'll be looking for any trades because again we have to lazima tupite hii area yenye sasa hii ni resistance area before we make higher highs. So it will be a challenging market. Unaweza ingia tena ifike tu hapa irudi hit stop loss yako. So we'll be looking to see how that goes. The lost son amerudi. Ian.
Yeah, he's back.
He's back. Yeah?
Mazeni kwa shida mingi zaidi lakini taisort it out.
Wewe lipa network. Lipa wasiwa net. Lipa Safaricom. Lipa Safaricom.
Subscription yangu lakini kabisa.
Uko fiti lakini.
Mimi naona hapo hivyo ulikuwa unaona DJ.
Jana tulikuwa tumesema jana tukifanya analysis tulikuwa hapa hivi tukasema bado hatutaenter because tulikuwa we were looking for more retracement before we get in, and that is what exactly happened. Tulipanda tena juu before, so sasa tunaangalia sell, so tunaangalia a good price action, so we'll be looking to see whether we challenge this area. To go higher, then we'll not be looking for any trades. We'll not be looking for buys. We'll just not be looking for any trades until we get, because again we are in a very strong scenario area, and then sasa tuoneka tunaweza get sales zetu, of which our target will be down here. Target will be down here. Nime lose charts zangu za jana. I'm sure nita recover during the day because I change network yangu. So yeah, so that is, I believe that's what's going to happen. So we might be looking for sales now. I think it's time, but again we'll be very careful to see whether we to pushed to the upper side sana. Sijui unaonaje?
Mimi nakubaliana tu na analysis yako kwa DJ. By the way, ndio aliniambia tunataka the lowest point.
Sawa. Martin, mambo?
Poa sana, poa sana.
Uko fiti?
Kwa fiti kabisa.
So GU Akademo mambo?
Poa sana.
GU inatuambiaje? GU pia tulikuwa jana tumesema we were not to sell yesterday, we were waiting for a further retracement, and that's what exactly happened. But today tuko in a very strong area, a national area, as you can see in 1 hour's chart. So this is where I believe we might start selling. However, we'll be very careful to see and to push to the upper side again. But I believe that we might be looking for entries at this point now. So what I'm expecting, let me see how to. I'm expecting it to form something like this, and then you can now sell. Sijui kama kuna mse akona a different opinion, because tulikuwa tumepitia ukiona napitia juju is because yesterday we had gone through these currencies. Sijui Ian unaonaje?
Naona kwa 4 hour yako ndo everything yani ndo inaanza kukaa vizuri kwa 4 hour. Like unaona juu by the tuko kwa point tulikuwa tuna break kwanza, like structure tulikuja tuka break support hapo hivyo kwanza, like the first initial move. Then
So what do you think about the overall? Ama tumeanza kubuy? Ndio tunaweza kwa tumechange direction na sisi tuko hapa tunafikiria bado tuko kwa sales.
unaona hii place, the first place tulipata this move kwenda juu. So no, like hapa hivi ndio ilikuwa imeact with the previous support kabisa. Like from the past tulikuwa na support zone hapa hivi. Ndio tulikuwa tunangoja like something like more of a double bottom hapa hivi tukiangalia like actually prices ikiendanga juu. But actually you can see like ilifika tu hapa hivi tukapata the first. So hiyo mi kwangu hiyo ni kwenye nasema the first resistance kwenye nitakuwa na target overall. Lakini hii tulidrop actually I wanted hapa hivi ingekuwa support, but you can see like when tulibreak here, like tulienda chini kabisa. So what they are actually coming walikuja kuconfirm hapa hivi kama actually the previous support ilikuwa the current resistance. Ukiangalia kwa hii 4 hours at that point tulipata Gravestone Doji. So Gravestone Doji ilikuwa na kukubaliana aje like the structure kama imeingiana kabisa. For this time actually we should preparing to sell. So like that Gravestone Doji hapa hivi kuja hapa na support zone, mimi naweza sema like hapa ina resistance zone sasa, like ime confirm resistance at this point. So mimi naweza sema at that point actually at that zone the bulls are being buried sana. Mimi nataka sasa kuangalia tu confirmation na actually on the 4 hour nishaanza kupata confirmations. So hiyo candlestick inaanza hiyo analogy by the way ni the best pia. Tukikuja tena kuconfirm hapa hivi ukiweka sell limit, yani kutumia limit orders. Ni average risk kidogo sana. So for me sasa hivi tunapata bado confirmation yenyewe hajakuja. Confirmation kama yako by then utasema like it is the most beautiful thing.
50-50. So naona Liud ameingia. Liud mambo?
Poa sana mazee.
Uko wapi leo? Kunasikia kuna kelele ama ni Martin?
Nilikuwa nimetoka tu kwa duka kiasi, narudi kwa dakika 2 tu nitakuwa nimefika.
Wewe ndo nakula breko before wengine wakule. Sawa tu. Sisi wengine hata hatujakula breko. Sawa tu.
Wacha. Nimeamka na njaa ni aje?
Haina mambo kawaida. So for me wewe ingia kwa nyumba alafu utatupeleka kwa hizo zingine tutaangalia.
Haya noma.
So kwa auzi auzi dola tumekuanga tukiangalia pia tuone kama utasell, na tulisema this will be our area to watch out because this has been our area to watch out because this has been an SNR area for quite some time. This area is a very interesting area. So tumekuwa tukiwatch na jana tulisema we do not sell yet, while we also do not buy because we are in a very sensitive area. However, we still remain a bit positive that tutafika to the bottom area hapa chini. In case the market changes and we go above this area, we might think else tunaweza fikiria something else because we're still holding above this guy. to the housing. So if this guy is still very powerful, then it means in the long run we might be buying. But again, we'll be very careful to watch out for that area to see whether we'll make higher highs or we go lower. So in case this area is breached to the upper side, we'll not be looking for any entries on the sells. That is what I think we'll be doing on the houses. Nani mwingine? Acha niulize mtu mwingine sasa kwa sababu Malin.
Yes.
What do you think about this currency pair?
Let me receive a call. Acha nitakutumia my chat.
Tuma. Kadimo.
Yes.
Unaonaje? What do you think about this currency pair?
I'm actually following.
Sheila.
Yes.
Oh, tumemute si wote at the same time. Kwa mimi nimesikia mashine yangu imeleta kelele.
Yeah, nimesikia hiyo kelele.
Nikafikiria aya nikashindwa ni aje. So wacha tuone. For me I think it's time we sold. However tutakuwa tunaangalia some little price action, so I'll be waiting to see if we go up kidogo, then we can get in ourselves. But again, we'll be looking out very closely on this area, this specific area. This is what we'll be watching out. After that, we'll be watching out to see whether we'll make we'll challenge this area. In a very straight line, kama uoni. So I believe Marlene ametutumia chat yake. Let's see how it looks. So Marlene, this is your analysis. You're saying you are almost taken out, or you are buying.
Yeah.
Haukuchukua stop loss for break even. However, it's still okay. I think this was good. Sometimes we do trade the retracement. Sometimes if you're very good when you're trading the retracement, make sure that your stop losses, your risk management is very, very high because of such things. Sometimes you na retrace unapata ulikuwa naenda juu but urudi chini like almost immediately. But this was good. I still believe tunaweza challenge this area before we go down. So still tutakuwa a bit observant on that. These are 1 hour charts. But this is good. This is good. I would love to see more of these. I would love to see more of these. This is how this is Ian's analysis. Ian, I believe this is how it can go. So once we reach this area, Ian, we might go up. Ama Ian.
Unakumbuka nikikwambia tukibreak one trend line tunaenda to the next. Like when we break one, tunaenda to break pia the next. So like I'm waiting side. Like you can see when actually this market imekuwa ikibehave sana. Like niko na this is my trend line by the way. Hiyo yote kukuja hivi chini. This is the trend line. Alafu niko na outer one. The outer one huku juu. This is the outer one. So like baada ku break out, this was the initial breakout. Nilikuwa nataka the retest ikuja back to this point. Then again nikapata the retest back to that trend line. So this time tulipata a resistance hapa na tena tukapata another resistance. Nataka this market ikuja actually ilemewe ikilemewa I'm actually selling kutokea hapo, but itakuwa imenipea triple top. But sasa ikibreak pia itakuwa nangoja a retest back to this point. Actually nikisha break that point, I want to break this other one again, like to break the next trend line alafu retest hivyo tukiendanga juu. Niko tu sama bullish.
Sawa. I think we'll be looking at that. For me, vile nimesema, for me, I think we'll be watching. We'll be watching out for this area. This is support area. This resistance area is where I'm interested at. If we reach this area to the upper side, I'll change my cards. But still, since we are holding below this guy, I still believe that we might get some sells on the Aussie. However, vile nimesema, we'll be watching. Vile Ian amesema again, if we do beat that area, now I agree from there. I agree with Ian. So I think we'll be watching out for that market, to be specific. For that market, the Aussie will be watching out to see how it goes. Sheila.
Yes.
Here is your currency. Here is your pair. So vile umesema, I think it's a good thing. However, that one little candle in a daily time frame, I do believe inaweza panda kidogo. So I think it will be a bit very early to get in unless you are already in. I think tunaweza jipata tumerudi pia before we start making sales. Remember vile tumesema, vile Ian alikuwa anasema in the other one, we might be challenging, we might be just challenging this area, the liquidation area, where to sell. We are selling from the previous support, a very strong support area. So tumekuja ni kama tuna liquidate only on the support area. However, USD haija retrace much on the Euro USD haija retrace much on the higher side. So we might be looking for sales. However, we'll be watching out very carefully tusishindwe kwenda and we'll retrace back further ikue a late entry. So for me, that is how I think the Euro USD is gonna perform. Yesterday we did say to chill because we were expecting to move higher, and that is what exactly happened today in the morning and yesterday in the evening. It did start coming down, but today I'm expecting a good retracement before we make our entries and go lower. However, we'll be watching out to see push on the higher side. Ian.
Nikijaribu kuangalia that market, naangalia like inajaribu kunipea some sort of head and shoulder patterns, like
from where to where?
Inverted. So like put a volume to the volume indicator.
From where to where and which time frame?
Tuko to the current point. Ni kwa daily. Ulikuwa which time frame? 4 hours.
Yeah.
Rudi 4 hours. Like ukiangalia the market ni kaina imeenda kwanza lower, like tuko na a shoulder, alafu tuko na a head, na actually unaona kiasi tuko na another shoulder.
Wewe unaona wapi?
So
tuchore
volume kwanza. Volume.
Sikusikii poa yani.
Yani toa volume, yani the volume indicator like ime block it yote.
Oh.
Ama uendelea, acha nikuoneshe na chart yangu. Let me show you my chart.
Tuma chart yako basi. So in meanwhile tutakuwa tunaendelea. Jana tulikuwa tunaangalia this currency pair, tukasema this is a strong support area for those tulikuwa now, you can remember. Tumehold on that level. Sahi. So we'll be looking to see whether it is to the downside. However, it is very unlikely if the other currency pairs will be selling, then the USD card will be buying. So the worst case scenario is it might go down up to the challenge this trend line again before it moves up to make even higher highs. But again, we'll be watching out for that. Those are the things that we are analyzing yesterday. We did go through. However, tutakuwa tunaangalia tuone what happens, because there is a possibility as well with direction change of market na tupate market reverse. Dean, sijui unaonaje USD CAD? Jana tulikuwa tumepitia.
Basically hiyo ndio view yangu pia. Naona tu I was anticipating that bounce from that area. So sijui kama kuna momentum ya kwenda juu ama bado itarudi chini, na hiyo tu ndio overview yangu pia, na ngoja nione kama kutakuwa na retracement.
Mimi naona kama tunaweza challenge back to this trend line before to make even higher highs. So we'll just be watching, and maybe kama tukiget entries zetu tutakuwa tu very keen on our risk management on that.
Yeah, sure.
Alafu Aussie we seem not to agree on the Aussie. Sijui wewe Aussie unaonaje?
Okay, I was expecting it to come challenge this that line in umechora hapo, that as it some form of resistance.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to challenge that, ndo tuende chini sasa for another sell, but so, I'm back toward the downward.
So bado wewe uko very bearish on this market. You think it's a bearish market?
Yeah, bado niko bearish sana kwa USD.
We'll look into that. I mean, watch. We'll be here. We'll watch the space. Ian.
Okay.
MM ni gani hii? So let me see. The Euro USD. Marlin believes it will sell. Let me share her screen as well. Marlin, I agree somewhat. However, tumesema tutakuwa careful. So Marlin believes that from here, this is a 1 hour chart, right? This is 4 hours, sorry. So we might be getting back into this area before we even make higher highs or make lower lows. So for me, I do believe Marlin, I'm with you here. However, tumesema we can get some sort of retracement yenye inaweza kustop out before tufike hapa chini. So we'll be watching out for that. I think stop loss yako iko a bit low because iko a bit very tight, because again tulisema mostly tutakuwa tunaangalia support na resistance area yenye iko to our immediate side, and now this bar can be a bit void, so we will not, for me I will not be using this bar. I think we might get up to here. However, with the candlestick patterns, I think we might be moving to challenge this area before the market decides on the direction that it wants to take in the long term. However, to a long term, I'm still looking for a bearish market. So unless there is a different opinion on that, I'm still very bearish on that market. Ati? Sawa. So USD CAD tumesema hivyo. USD JPY, Ian, kwa sure unakumbuka tukiwa na elimu tukasema tutawauzia, and we did sell yesterday. Tukifanya analysis, we were somewhere here and we said we will not get into the market where the selling or buying, and you can see ilienda chini kidogo na ikakam right back where we were wakati tulikuwa tunafanya analysis yetu. I still believe this market is a bit bearish, bullish. Before we make any decision, we'll come back to challenge this area. Come back to challenge the area before we go either high or low. We'll come back to challenge that area. However, we'll be very careful with risk management in case the USD JPY decides to sell. However, I'm very positive that it can only spike down kidogo before it goes back again. Sioni kama we've changed the direction of the market. So that's what I'm thinking about the USD. And the reason why I'm saying that the USD JPY, the reason why I'm saying we might not be looking for buyers beyond that area is because these are very strong resistance area. Very strong resistance area. So if we decide to break this area, we'll maybe catch buys zako down here. You might be safe to wait to see whether it breaches that area. However, itabidi umetrade stop loss yako, because the market inaweza fika hapa from like a double top and then ianze bounce back. But we'll be watching to see how that performs as well. Sijui kama kuna mtu akona different opinion on that.
Na tunajua kutumia limit orders inakuwa poa.
Maze. So Euro CAD, tulisema hii currency hakuna mseu ana trade, right? but tulikuwa tumeget a very good sell from somewhere here. Tukasema we'll be looking to see whether we challenge this area. Na naona tuli challenge, and actually we did manage to go to make lower lows. So I do believe that this market might be in a very sensitive area where we have a very strong support, because this was after consolidation. So we'll be looking to see whether it goes back in the consolidation or even breaks out and moves to the downside, because generally it was a bearish market. However, we could see a change of direction of the market, because this is a very strong support area. So again, on this market, we are very neutral, watching unless you have more convincing to do. I think I cannot convince you the reason as to why you should get into this trade. And for me, if I cannot be convincing enough, I do believe that that is a wrong market for me to be at that moment. Sijui kama kuna mtu anaona clarity on this market atueleze. Sheila?
Yes.
Any clarity on that?
No, Mr. Trading here.
MM?
I think you should just stay out for now.
Yeah. So I do believe most of us are tuko pamoja. We have a similar opinion on that specific currency there. On this one, on the silver, Ian, tutaangalia yako nimeiona. Tutaangalia tukimaliza kwa this time inasonga kwa kitu kingine. Sijui kama ni trading view yangu ama ni net imeamua nayo haitaki story nyingi.
Net.
Ni net, lakini si unanisikia?
Yeah.
Kama unatumia server za WhatsApp.
Jana watu wa Signal waliona siku mrefu, Signal labda wa Telegram, watu wenye wanangojanga WhatsApp. Wala siku mrefu sana, jioni kwanza. Hadi WhatsApp walikuwa Twitter by the way. So silver imekuwa hivi in a daily time frame in 4 hours. This is how it has been. Again, this is an area of interest to us. Truly, Sama will be staying out of this market until we get a good confirmation on the direction of this metal. This is how it looks. I believe this is a very strong area of resistance, but if we do breach this area to the upper side, I think we might be looking for more buys, because we'll be holding above this area. However, tumekonga bearish on this market, and I do believe that we haven't exhausted the bears. So we'll be watching out to see how that performs. In a weekly chart, unaweza ona we did rise very high na tukakaa hapa juu for quite some time. So we might be looking to see whether we'll get some good sells, but hatutaenda chini sana. Guys, Ian, I'm a lead soon. A very important call. Yeah, thank you.
So nini kunaendelea by the way?
Call.
Okay, guys, sorry for that. So for silver, I believe tutakuwa tunaangalia for major for sales. However, tutakuwa very careful because of what's going on, the retracement. I think tutafika tu hapa kwanza. in case we do sell, this will be our first target before we make lower lows. Sijui Dean, unaonaje juu ya hii market ya silver? Actually silver and gold. Yeah.
Silver bado sina bias, but okay, I guess nitangoja tu nione venye na play out. Sijui kama tunaenda, sijapata bias sana kama tunaenda jumbo we're going down.
Na gold,
but price action to unfold so I can decide whether we're going to buy or sell. But for now I'm not clear on whether we where we headed to.
Me too. Ndio maana nimesema we'll be putting a hold on that. Same as gold, unaweza ona hit a very strong support area and we did bounce back, na tulikuwa tumesema once we breach this area ndio tutakuwa tunaangalia lower lows, but bado hatuja breach this area to the downside. So we are still holding above. So we'll be looking to see whether we make higher highs or lower lows, but it is very unwise to get into this market since tuko in a very complicated area, this area, unaona. So hata ukiingia hapa utakuwa na challenge hapa, so this will be a very dangerous area to trade, considering that gold is very volatile and its peak value is very high, so you might get you out. So oil imekataa kushindwa, iliamua ni kupanda. So for me, I've been staying out of this market. I didn't capture the buy because this area is a very strong resistance area, as you can see. Again, we'll be looking to see whether we get a good price action to get, because inakaa ni kama imeamua kuendelea na buy, but hatuna a very good entry because the best entry would have been here, but it did leave us. So tunaangalia if we'll get good entries to make even higher highs. This is how it looks in monthly time frame. I believe if we do get right in, we'll be challenging this area. However, hapa ndani katikati tutakuwa tunaangalia support and resistance because a lot could happen, and also a lot of news could come out on the way. So that is what I think about oil, to be specific. So personally, I'll be staying out until I get a very good price action signal to get in. Sijui kama kuna mtu akona different opinion. So Ian, these you had shared an EU. Let me share the screen. This is your view, Ian. You thought that itapanda kidogo, itarudi chini and then ipande tena.
So like me, I think it's much of an inverted and shoulder pattern. Like
that's gonna form.
So like unajua mi analogy yangu sahi kwa hii market, by then niliambiwa nisifikiria hivyo, but mi upendanga tu kufikiria hivyo ni actually kitu imeuzwa sana, I should be buying it. Yani wakati these people who are they selling it to, so Euro USD wamekuwa kiuza sana, like actually this market imekuwa ikikuja lower, but so if ukiuza na actually siende chini, inamaanisha actually the buyers they actually need to take this market actually up, like so the structure kwenye base nayo my judgment sana ni an inverted head and shoulder pattern sasa, like from a point where actually prices zilikuwa na drop. So ukiangalia venye mimi niko na chart yangu on this point ndio where the prices are actually dropping, then tukapata some sort of a support, prices ina bounce back up kiasi, then tunapata some sort of a resistance, the prices inarudi chini tena, like tuna dip lower. So this is just the structure yote kenye nimechora hapa hivi ni kenye iko hapa kanda yangu. So the first dip ndio ilikuwa kenye ilikuja juzi, so actually sold the first dip hii kenye ilikuja below the support zone. So ukiangalia below the support zone, when I said the support, by the kwa mtu aoni ni this point hapa kenye niko nayo, that's the support zone. So from the drop ika bounce hapo tukaenda juu kiasi, alafu tena tuka drop in. So the head ni kenye iko low, the shoulders ni kenye ziko much kando. So I want it ikisupport vizuri to bounce back up. So from this point kenye tumekuwa.
So Ian, time is not on our side. Tufanye hivi tutaangalia further on this, kila mtu achukue kama homework, waangalia Euro USD tuone vile ita perform. So you guys have a good day, may the tips be with you.